A park meant to honor the victims of the West Mesa murders has some people upset about what that park includes and what it leaves out. News 13's Brittany Bade is here to explain.
Dean, the names of the 11 women killed are engraved into the sidewalk at the park. And as it is now, people may leave the park knowing more about two unexpected additions than who these women were. They didn't really know each other.
This hurt all of us in Albuquerque.
And people at West Mesa Memorial Park wouldn't learn anything about these 11 women by visiting.
If they did not know about West Mesa before, they will not leave here enriched.
The city broke ground last summer, building a park over the burial site of the women and an unborn baby, all victims of the still unidentified West Mesa serial killer. Not seen in the original plan are two surprise additions engraved in the sidewalk. The father of one of the victims and the dog who found the first bone.
I'm sure Ruka was an incredibly sweet dog, but it seems like this is a park for people who have passed away.
What stands out to Barbara is how much more visitors can read about Dan Valdez and Ruka than the actual victims.
You will leave the park knowing more about Ruka the dog who found 11 women than you will about any of these names or why these names are around here.
The city says the women's families wanted to include the aptly named dog.
It means woman, right? So this dog named Women actually found the bones.
And that they didn't want to focus on how they died or the dark parts of their lives, like their similar struggles with drug addiction and prostitution.
They want this memorial park to be a remembrance of their loved ones and who they were, and that this affliction wasn't who they were as people.
Barbara believes how they died is a part of their story, and not sharing it is hiding the truth.
We can be honest and kind and gentle. This is none of that. This is just a bunch of cement.
Valdez is part of the memorial because he led the push to make this park happen. He is the father of the unborn baby killed. A tribute to the child will be built during phase 2 of the project. Dean?
All right, Brittany, thank you. The next phase will add grass and shrubbery to the park and add other finishing touches. The work expected to be done by the end of this year or early next.